About my third year, I was about to quit because, it was like, my first year I did 2 deals, my second year 2 deals, my third year I was like, great,
That does not pay the bill.
another failed venture. I'm thinking to myself, like, what have I done? What am I gonna do? Like, where's, you're just, you're kind of, confidence is dropping, you're doubting yourself, and just like, and I was, real estate is hard to do part time. Now I didn't really understand this at the time, because I was still waiting tables full time, but I waited tables at night. So I worked dinners. So I would work in the office all day, and I would just step in at 4 or 5 o'clock and just jump right on the floor and start taking orders, so that was my life for about 3 years. But that third year, I just was like, you know what? I had gone to the awards banquet for our company. That got me all jazzed up, and I was like, I'm going to give it one more year. And I said, next year, I'm going to get up on that stage. And that year I buckled down, and about halfway through that year, I just decided, or I realized that if this was going to be what I wanted it to be,
Right.
what I envisioned it to be in my head, I was going to have to go full time. And with that, I just blind faith, just stepped out and just said, so I put in my 2 weeks at the restaurant, and I went full time, So, and that was it. So, and actually what prompted me to do that is I had actually done 9 transactions that year. And so I made part-time in 1 year selling real estate what I made full-time all year waiting tables. And at that moment, that's when I was like, you know what, I can do this. So I put in my 2 weeks in the restaurant, and I went full-time. The very following year, I did 19 transactions. And then from there on, the rest is history.